to level up. I always want to improve my health, and I started taking charcoal, and my digestion got even better. And then chlorella came, so that's what worked for me. Seems to work for some of our customers and clients, and maybe it'll work for you too.
Welcome to Exploring Mind and Body with Drew Tadia. Drew is an expert in nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, and more. And he wants to help you live a healthier, longer, and more active life. Now here's your host, Drew Tadia.
Welcome to another edition of nationally syndicated Exploring Mind and Body. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in and being a part of our True Form Life community wherever you may be listening. This show is a bunch of little snippets. So if you guys aren't quite familiar with us on social media, that's what we do. We're all over social media. We're a parent. We do lives, we do reels, we do stories, we do posts. We've been doing that for years. That's kind of how we have grown our business, fortunately. And reels is kind of the thing right now. Everyone's doing reels, so we got to do reels too. So obviously how social media works, they push the algorithms to do the kind of things that they want you to do for whatever reason. I think honestly TikTok's blowing up, so everyone's kind of copying TikTok at the moment. We are on TikTok. That's just at Drew Tadia. You can find us at facebook.com/trueformlife and Instagram at Drew Tadia. We're all over. So for now, what we've done is we've put together 30 to 60 second clips. We grabbed them from social media and we threw them together in a show. I think they're pretty good clips. You may disagree, but I thought, why not throw those together in a show, podcast, audio format only, so you guys could listen. So you're going to hear a bunch of different clips and there'll be splitters in between, so you'll know that there's different topics. But my take on random topics that are going on, not just health and wellness, but around the world as well, because some things just don't make sense. At any rate, sit back and enjoy. We got all that coming up.
This is Exploring Mind and Body. Naturally improve your lifestyle one show at a time with your host, Drew Tadia.
I think we could all agree that doctors' bedside manner could improve. I compare that to employee bedside manner. So you don't have, doctors don't have to change. They don't have to spend more time with you. The average is 7 minutes per patient, which is kind of crazy. They get you in and out as soon as possible. Surgeons are even worse, but they don't really feel like they have time for you and such. But they don't have to do anything different. Employees do, especially if you're an owner. I walked into this store the other day and I said, hey, excuse me, I'm looking for this. And she cut me off rudely and it was like, I'm busy right now. I'll get back to you when I have a minute. And I was like, whoa. Another situation, I just walked into the store and this lady, I said, how much are those? Hi, how you doing? One word answers. And I said, how much are those right there? She said, they're not for sale. Like no bedside manner at all. And I thought, that's fine for doctors. But if you're running a business or have an employee running your business, that's not going to work.
When I was doing research around burning body fat, I was trying to figure out natural ways, because a lot of times they take, like, I don't know if ephedrine, caffeine for sure. So they'll take caffeine pills to unnaturally speed up their heart, which is super scary, and then to help burn body fat. So I would certainly recommend staying away from that. But I was trying to think of some more natural ways to help the girls that I was training burn body fat. And spicy foods was one of them. So I was doing a bunch of research and I figured out that, see, when we sweat, for example, sweating is a good thing. We can release toxins from our body. Sometimes you're eating spicy foods and you start sweating. If you want to take your metabolism to the next level, you could try to have some spicy foods. And again, I know it's not for everyone. And I think it's more like your taste buds will change and you can help burn body fat by eating spicy foods.
We got a 30-day fitness challenge starting very soon. I'm super excited. This is going to be our best challenge yet. I'm going to give you guys details coming up shortly. We're only going to do 12 spots, and I'll explain why as we get into more details. But if you want more details, as soon as that information comes out, shoot me a message, because once those 12 are filled, that's it.
So I got 3 ways I was successfully able to whiten my teeth, completely eliminate teeth sensitivity, detox orally, and the rest of my body. So some of you would know that I played professional baseball for just over 10 years. traveled the world, lived out of a suitcase, far less glamorous than it sounds. My dirty little secret is I chew tobacco. I didn't just chew tobacco, though. I love chewing tobacco. I loved everything about the game, though. The pine tar that I can still smell, the eye black grass stains crammed on buses and hotel rooms. But once I stepped away from the game, I stepped away from some of the unhealthy habits, chewing tobacco being one of them. Here's a few things that I did that made a big difference. Get away from fluoride-based toothpaste. That was number one. I switched to an electric toothbrush, and the game changer was oil pulling. So oil pulling whitened my teeth, removed teeth sensitivity, and also removed toxins from my body from years of chewing tobacco. Many people don't know how to accept a compliment. Maybe rightly so. It's not like we were taught how to accept a compliment, or compliments aren't really given out that often. But the thing is when you're not able to accept a compliment, there's a lack or disconnect. You don't feel like you deserve the compliment. It's similar to a gift, for example. Like when you're given a gift, or when you give a gift, how does it feel when someone says, oh no, I don't need that, or you don't have to do that? You went out of your way to buy something, you took time, you spent your own money, and you offered a gift. And often people reject that gift, or if you ever had someone give a gift back, it doesn't feel very good. It's similar to a compliment. When someone gives you a compliment, you accept the compliment and you say thank you, whether you believe it or not. But I really feel like we have to dig deep and figure out why we feel we don't accept compliments, similar to why we don't feel like we deserve gifts.
A lot of times people are like, I'm the only one that's gonna know I missed my workout, so what's the problem? So I think it comes internally. It comes internally for me. If I miss a workout, I get this like internal guilt that I don't really appreciate. But I like working out, and I'm fortunate. And I don't get me wrong, like Dorothy and I always say that we're regular people or real people. Like I miss workouts too. And just for me, I've gotten to a really good routine where I get up and I do my morning routine. I do a bit of work, and then I go work out, and that's probably mid-morning. Of course, mine's different. We always suggest that you guys wake up and get your workout in right away, but everyone's different. So it just works in my schedule a little bit better to get my workout in mid-morning-ish. People say, oh, can I see the nutrition facts? And I'm like, how about I show you the ingredients? Like, no, I'll look at the nutritional facts, please, because everyone's concerned about calories or fats or proteins in most cases. And that's why we designed True Form's vanilla protein, is because we've been working with Complete Truth protein for years, and one of the first thing people ask when it comes to a protein supplement is how much protein is in it. But they don't consider all the other, like if you grab a conventional type of protein supplement, in most cases they're filled with horrible toxins, but we don't think of that. We think of how much protein am I going to get in a protein supplement. We don't consider how many toxins. That's what we should do. We should count the toxins, not the protein.
I think it's important to support other businesses, especially as a business owner. Like we always look for different ways to work with different businesses and see how we can help one another out, not just purchasing or buying products from them, but helping each other promote or find different ways to help our audience and theirs. I was thinking about this one individual who of course, that loud, obnoxious noise is happening right now. I was thinking about this one individual, and in the past we were going to work together. And you know, one side always does more than the other, then there's resentment, then that's when the relationship falls apart. But this one individual we planned, we sat down, yep, this is what I'm going to do. And then I said, I'm going to do this. So I did this, and that individual didn't do anything. And I'm like, hey, followed up a couple times, and nothing, no action. So I thought, I'm going to reach out again. Why would I reach out to that individual in particular if I know they're not going to follow through?
Okay, so I just got this question. We got our fitness challenge that's going to kick off very quickly here. We've been doing these for 10 years, so we know exactly what's going to happen, or what usually happens. We usually let as many people in as possible. And the reason why we have a limited amount of people, a small amount, only 12, is because we want massive results. When a group signs up to a challenge like this, 33% are serious. They want results. 33% are half in. 33% aren't in at all. They have almost zero ambition to actually follow through with the program. We want to eliminate the bottom 66%. We only want the top 33% that are in it full tilt, that want the most results. We're going to give personalized attention, accountability, workouts, intimate individual conversations to get results. And that's why there's a limit on this fitness challenge.
I think most people would be shocked to know how many businesses struggle. Like if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, we live in like a Facebook, social media world of everything's perfect and I got new clients, best month ever. When in reality, it doesn't really work like that. Like we struggle every day. And I don't say that because I'm looking for sympathy. I say that to be real and open and honest, that we have packages go missing. We have broken bottles. We lose clients. Sometimes we are in the same boat as everyone else. Some months it's easy to pay bills. Other months it's a bit scary. But I don't think it helps anyone to pretend things are better than they are, especially ourselves. It doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur or an employee somewhere. Just being real and open and honest, I think will get you much further than pretending that everything's perfect. I got a greens hack for you, or any supplements for that matter. If you could put your greens or supplements in an easy to access container, they're much easily accessible, obviously. So instead of having them tucked deep back in your pantry or in a container that you have to unscrew, or a bag, I mean, it doesn't sound very difficult, but the least path to resistance will help you get more supplements in. So we like to keep our greens, so we have spirulina and chlorella. We leave them on the counter, and every time we walk by, we grab some. Some people say that is not going to work out because they have cats. Well, if that's the case, just pop them in your cupboard. And every time you open up your cupboard, you'll pop a couple greens. You have to be constantly reminded and have them in front of you. That's going to help you get more supplements in and less forgetting.
I was thinking there's a big difference between having a lot of money or looking like you have a lot of money. Crazy glare. Just because you look like you have a lot of money, or because you spend a lot of money, doesn't mean you have a lot of money. I was thinking about some of the people that I know. For example, I know someone that he owns his own hedge fund and manages a lot of money for people who have a lot of money, and you would never be able to tell how much money he has by how he spends. Another friend who does very well in real estate and properties and such, you'd never have any idea because they don't spend a lot. And then I was thinking of other people in our lives that look like they have a lot of money because they spend a lot of money, but they don't have anything in the bank.
The worst thing that you could possibly do is isolate someone. Let's put that in a different perspective. The worst punishment you could do. So let's take the world's most hardened criminals. What they fear the most is isolation. Now, consider putting a criminal in an isolated room until their mind literally breaks. Now consider doing that to most of society and see what happens.
I don't get it when people put words so small on their story you can't read them. Am I alone here? There's no way to read some of the words. What are we doing? You'd have to screenshot it and then open up your phone and zoom in. That's how small some of the words are that people put on their stories. I don't get it. Somebody help me out? As a business owner, you get hit up all the time for requests for donations. And I don't have a problem with that. I enjoy donating. And it's also a nice way to market or get people to see your products and services in a specific type of group. The problem is that I feel like the requests could be massaged a little bit better. So for example, like if I was to reach out to a cold call or even a past customer, I wouldn't say, hey, you want to buy some of our products? right? Like how often would that convert? But we get the opposite. Like some random person you never heard of that's like, hey, want to donate some products to our thing? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Who are you? I've never heard of you from me before. And the same thing from people that you know. They're like, they could be like, hey, how you doing? How are things going? Instead, hey, mind donating? That'd be great. Thanks.
All right, so if you're not feeling well, that season is here specifically. So we have to take control of our health. We have to be proactive. So, but if something some virus came up, if something got you, instead of laying around in bed, popping Tylenol, that's the worst thing that you can do. We have to heal from the inside out. We have to detox our body. We can do that by taking activated charcoal. I would say take 4 tabs twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. That's super important. Fill your body with chlorella. Chlorella is fantastic for the immune system. 40 vitamins and minerals. 5 tabs 4 times a day, spread out. You can look at zinc, vitamin D, plus K2, magnesium will all help detox your body and support your immune system. A sauna or a detoxing bath, level up with magnesium bath flakes and bentonite clay to pull out all those toxins, and get outside and get some fresh air.
Why only 12 people for our fitness challenge? Because I've been doing fitness classes for the better part of 10 years. And 12 is the sweet spot. 15 is okay, 20 is too much, 25 is usually. I mean, it's great. You see all these fitness instructors with jam-packed classes, but after 12, it becomes more of a numbers game as opposed to personalization. With our 30-day challenge coming up, it's going to be more personalized it's going to be online workouts, but instead of just as many people jam-packed and those getting lost in the shuffle, we're going to be able to keep each person accountable. We're going to be working with each person individually. We're going to put together packages for each individual. So we can do that and offer more with less people. I know it sounds counterintuitive to what everyone else is doing, but that's why we're having 12 only.
Okay, so someone just asked me what my favorite color is. And I had some of my products there. I was actually doing a delivery. And I said, it's right there. My favorite color is True Form Blue. And she says, oh, is that why you branded all of our products are True Form Blue? Is that why? Because it's your favorite color? And I thought, partly, but everything that we do has a purpose and there's research behind it. So I didn't feel like because blue is my favorite color, that warranted branding our business blue. So what I did is I did a bunch of research and I thought, you know what? Blue does make sense. Why are the big businesses blue? Walmart's blue. Best Buy is blue. Microsoft is blue. Well, after doing some research and digging deep, I found out that blue is a warming color. It's a trusting color. It's a selling color. So that's why we went with blue, and that's why other big companies go with blue.
It's important to never burn bridges, or at least try to not burn bridges. You know, like those types of people that burn bridges, that they always do. That's who they are. That's ingrained in them. I've ran into a couple people and did some business together, but before I've had people that were like, no, you kind of want to stay away from those particular people. And I'm like, I'll work it out. It'll be fine. And of course, that's who they are. They burn bridges, and that's what happened. In a different type of circumstance, I tried to work out some business relationships with people, and it didn't work out. So I always try to leave the conversation or the relationship in a professional, polite manner with an open door. And some people are rude or snide or don't even answer back. And I think that now it would be we're in a better position to work with certain individuals. But I'm not going to reach out to them because they've kind of burned the bridge in a less than professional or polite manner. Why would I go back and reach out to them?
The single most significant decision I ever made in business was to turn customers away. Crazy, right? It was terrifying. The most terrifying decision I ever made at the time. I started out in the fitness world. I hardly had enough clients to make ends meet, but I was tired of the quick fix crowd of people that just wanted to show up for weight loss. I'd sit down and talk to them, and all they can come up with is, I want to lose weight for the summer, I want to lose weight for a wedding. And what those were was short term. When I changed my description of our business and started turning weight loss people away, we started to collect the demographic that I wanted to help, those people that were in it for the long haul, those that wanted to change their lifestyle, those that wanted sustainable results. And because we turned people away, we built a brand around creating customers for life.
Okay, when you're looking for MCT oil, make sure it's pure C8, which is caprylic acid. This chain offers the most benefits. Many times if you go to the grocery store, pharmacy, Costco, they water it down. Their MCT oil could actually be palm oil, which is processed so highly it's inflammatory to the body. And they also water it down. So sometimes it doesn't have C8 in it or caprylic acid in it at all. It could be C10 and C12, a combination of the two, or it could be C8 and a combination of C10, C12. MCT oil processes differently. It goes straight to the liver and gets converted into ketones. Those ketones can break the blood-brain barrier and give you instant mental clarity, instant energy, tons of different health benefits from caprylic acid. Make sure you're grabbing the right kind when you're hitting the grocery store.
Okay, so part 2 to the stories. I did a video and I was like, why do people put words so small that are impossible to read? Who's going to take a screenshot, go to their camera, and then zoom in so they can read exactly? People aren't that interested in what we have to say, unfortunately. It's the truth of the matter. But I was thinking that stories are like billboards or signs. Signs drive me crazy when businesses put signs up. They put a sign on their building and the words are so small you'd have to stop or pull over to read what that business does. That's not what a sign is for. A sign is for, on the outside of your building, when someone drives by, it's simple enough and easy enough, with proper text, easy to read, not the italics. So when they're driving by, they can see exactly what your business does. And if that interests them, they come in. They don't come in to read your sign. One of the challenges with working with other businesses is that they see what they feel they'll lose instead of what they could possibly gain. So I'll go to another business and I'll say, hey, can you offer free or discounted service? So I'm bringing you clients. One of the hardest things that you can find in business is trying to find new clients. I'll bring you new clients, new exposure, new marketing. You don't have to pay me anything. And they'll get a chance to know who you are, to see what you do. But the problem is many times those business owners say, oh no, I work too hard to discount this service, or I value my service too much to give it away for free. And I'm thinking, you could get a customer for life. You could get a customer daily, weekly, monthly, brand new at no cost, and I'm sending them to you. But the problem is that many business owners' mind is too small and they can't see the big picture.
Okay, so when someone says you're lucky, it's never a compliment, especially to people that work hard and feel like they've earned what they've gotten in return. So when that first lockdown hit, 85% of our business was affected. There's no personal training, no fitness classes, no in-person events. We had some products online, but I didn't really know how to sell online. We did videos and such. We give away a lot of free content, but selling online was basically new to us. So what it did, we locked ourselves in the basement during that first shutdown. Everybody was scared, not knowing what to do. And I said, we don't have any source of income. I have to figure out how to make money. So we started developing, researching, designing new products. All of our investments went out. All of our saved money went to developing, designing, and ordering new products, new inventory. And from there, we were able to figure out how to sell over the last couple years. And that's how we're in the position we're at today, which has absolutely nothing to do with luck.
I used to be mad at McDonald's. Like, not a whole lot of good things come out of McDonald's, certainly not health-wise. Like, they have a clown that markets to children. They put people's health at risk. And then I thought, if we didn't have McDonald's, we wouldn't have unhealthy people or McDonald's-like businesses. If the more people that go to McDonald's, the more people that come to us. The more cheap
supplement companies that pop up, the better that makes us look, because we have the best quality ingredients. So I was thinking maybe we should thank McDonald's.
I used to really enjoy working with entrepreneurs. I did business coaching in the past. It's been a few years now, but a couple things that were a big challenge that if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, if you could address immediately, you would see a huge difference in your business. So the first one is most business owners don't realize the difference between working on your business or in your business. Most of the time I'd offer advice and suggestions, and they're too busy working in their business instead of working on their business and helping it grow. And then two other things I noticed was those business owners and entrepreneurs that took immediate action right away saw massive results instead of making excuses as to why they wouldn't work. That was another one, having an open mind. Most business owners and entrepreneurs know everything. So how could you learn anything? You know what I was thinking is that you flip on social media like TV, you don't know what's coming next. I feel like this is the end of humanity in some shape or form. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen that type teacher, however they identify as, long hair, huge boobs, like in a classroom teaching kids. That's okay. That's acceptable. I watched another interview where another teacher was saying something about how kids should be exposed to pornography. Like, it's absolutely bonkers what's happening. And there's too many people standing by and saying nothing. Like, why isn't every single parent in that classroom saying this is not acceptable? Why isn't every parent in this? Take your kids out and then see what happens. See if they'll make a change. We need stronger leaders and more people to stand up and speak out. That's what the world needs. These tiny green tablets are the second last supplement we take in the evening. We take these ones around supper time. They have over 40 vitamins and minerals. They also help protect your immune system. They help with detoxing. They're an absolute must when you're having any type of fish product. They help with recovery. They help eliminate lactic acid, and they're great for sports in particular. And if I didn't already mention it, they're fantastic to help support your immune system. What are these? These are called chlorella tabs. Now make sure when you're purchasing them, they are cracked cell wall chlorella tabs. The cheap ones are not. If you're interested in more details, shoot me a message and we can hook you up.
I don't know why I don't share this enough now. In the past, when it happened, I felt like a fraud. I was supposed to be this healthy athlete, world traveling. I had these horrible stomach pains. I was curled up once a month in the fetal position, in the bathroom, dry heaving because I thought I was going to throw up. I never really did, but went to the doctors, had tests. No one had any answers, so I said I got to take my health in my own hands. I started doing research. I learned about GMOs. I started to eliminate soy, gluten, dairy. That's when I first started to see real success in my own health. Those pains went away completely. So I wanted to share that with other people. And I wrote Detoxify Yourself. And then I started to level up. I always want to improve my health. And I started taking charcoal and my digestion got even better. And then chlorella came. So that's what worked for me. Seems to work for some of our customers and clients. And maybe it'll work for you too.
All right, that's going to wrap things up for this edition of Exploring Mind and Body. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for listening to the show. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different format. If you did enjoy the show, feel free to shoot us a message. You can find us on any social media platform. Let us know that you enjoyed the show, and we'll do some more. And if you didn't really enjoy it, I don't mind hearing that feedback as well. So go ahead and send us a message and tell us that you'd prefer the regular interview or solo show that without so many breaks. Regardless, we're always trying to bring you information that can help around wellness, health, wellness, nutrition, fitness is what we do. So I'm going to leave you with that. Once again, thank you so much for being here. That's it. That's all I got. I'm out of here. As always, I'm your host, Drew Tadia, in health and fitness for a better world. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Exploring Mind and Body with Trueform Life's Drew Tadia, fitness expert. To find out more about the show, Drew Tadia, or to listen to past shows, visit exploringmindandbody.com.